or do you?
I just hit the boom. We're live at our
Nice.
Tuesday 2:00 Red Room. Got lots of news to share. If you have any questions, you can put them in your chat box, whether you're watching us on the Phoenix RIA or the Viking YouTube channel, or just for Flips YouTube channel, or just Luke's Facebook page himself. Today we're talking about creative finance and land contracts, but I just want to start by saying that Grand Canyon University made the March Madness. I'm just going to start there. Now, if you're a U of A fan, U of A, of course, made March Madness. If you're an ASU fan, they got a play-in game tomorrow. But the Grand Canyon University Lopes won the WAC championship in Vegas and is headed to the NCAA tournament. Just FYI. So
that's crazy. That's crazy to think of, like where they came from and where they've gone in the last few years. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Super cool.
So we're going to start off today by telling you that, Sell Wholesale Houses has disposed 4 houses for Luke in the last, week?
I think week and a half. Yeah, exactly. Last week to 10 days, you guys moved 4 for us. So we've locked up 4 deals. And we don't do a dispo company. We would rather just let the pros handle that. So that's why we send it to Chris and Jack. And so yeah, look at that. 4 deals together in the last 10 days. We like that.
So not only do we chat about real estate in general, we also do business together. Look at that.
Yeah. So you did one in Glendale, you did one in Maryville. We're moving one right now. It sounds like Jack is really, really, really close on in Tempe. And then you guys did another one in Sun City. So 4 in the last 10 days. And then just tell Jack, though, because I'm trying to buy this condo or townhome from you guys right now. So to say, hey, you know what, just try to get it a little bit lower so that you guys can send me this townhome over so we can get that one.
little help on each side, right?
Right. Exactly. Because then we can make it 5 deals, and we'll see. We did 5 deals together this week.
There you go. So today we're going to talk about a little bit of creative financing and land contracts, and it's kind of been a pivot for us. I know I've been doing a lot of Airbnb. I know Luke's been doing a lot of Airbnb, and they've been great. Obviously, when you're purchasing them at a lower amount and your financing is at like 3%, 4%. Actually, the cash flow has been really good, but the cash flow doesn't look as fun, especially because I'm in Scottsdale, and the Scottsdale Airbnb market's a little saturated, maybe a lot saturated. But so I kind of did a pivot, and I didn't really do a pivot because I'm a genius and I did a pivot. What I did is I bought a house in June that wasn't selling. So I bought 3349 West Mauna Loa. It's up there off of 35th Avenue in Thunderbird. I bought it for like $280. I put 30 in rehab and about 10 in carry. So I'm in it, I'm basically in it 320,000. Put it on MLS and it wasn't really moving. I put it up for 350, wasn't getting a whole lot of action, but this is November, December, going on. So I put it up as a seller carry at 8%.
And you just did this in the listing, right?
Yeah. And then actually my daughter had a baby. She was a listing agent. So she took it down while she was having her kid. And I was able to get a buyer at $340,000. I refinanced at 6.125, and they paid me 8%. So on this deal that I bought in June, that should have been just a bad deal that I was going to break even on, or maybe even lose a little bit of money, which happens in real estate. Just so you know, it's not all.
Yes, that definitely happens. It happened a lot in the last 9 months.
So basically, I was able to take a house that and I put 40 grand out of my own pocket into it. When I sold it for 340, they gave me a $40,000 down payment. So I got my cash back, and instead of losing money with really I got some title fees in there, so call it a couple grand, but with really no money out of my pocket, I am now getting a spread of basically $500. And if you want to see this cool little calculator I built or have.
Chris, I was going to ask, did Eric help you structure this thing, or did you put this together?
I put this together.
There we go.
I used Jared's contract, so.
Okay. The one from his house?
No, he's.
His on his house is pretty wild.
All right, so if I go over here, Windows. This is the first time I've shared screen on. See if I can do it.
There it is.
That is on the stop sharing. It's just a spreadsheet. Am I back?
Yeah, you're on here.
Okay. Anyway, how do I share the screen with just? Here, I'm gonna try this one more time. I should have done this offline. Computer. All right, share screen.
It shared it when you hit it last time.
Yeah, but it just had the window. I was looking for my toolbar. Okay, here, I think this one gets it. Toolbar, boom.
Boom, there it is.
And then if I click here, are you seeing a spreadsheet?
Yep.
All right, here's the handy dandy spreadsheet. So here's my purchase price, the 280. I just put loan amount as 280 because I bought it in June, so I got to season it enough to basically just do and I put and if you investors put a loan on your properties at the amount you buy them at, that way you could do a rate term refi. So I bought it at 280, but I put a loan on it from my hard money company at 280. So
okay.
When I refinanced it, I didn't have to be like, oh, I need 80% of purchase price because I had it for 6 months. I was able to just pull the whole 280 out. Here's the 6.125 rate that I had, and I just estimated. I didn't go get the HUD and get the taxes and insurance, so I just put 1,000 here for 1,000 for taxes. I'm sure it's close. 1,000 for insurance. Anyway, there's my note rate, or my note rate's 6.125. There's my payment, 1,701.
Okay.
Now, you go over here to comparison loan number 2, which is my buyer's loan.
Yeah.
He bought it for 340. He put the same $40,000 down that I basically put in rehab. So his purchase price or his loan amount is $300,000. I should actually put his purchase price
340 up there.
And then
nice.
And then, but so he didn't have good credit. I actually ran him through a loan officer, so he doesn't qualify for conventional money. Now you can really only do this if your buyer doesn't qualify. If they can qualify for FHA or VA or conventional money,
they're going to get their own loan.
You can't charge them more than what the going rate is. So, so in this particular case, he doesn't qualify, so I can charge him 8%. I call him the penalty box buyer. He's in the penalty box for some reason, but I sent him to a third-party loan officer. Loan officer says, nope, he doesn't qualify. And it's not supposed to be like exactly $500.02 off.
Yeah, it was like to the dollar and cent almost. Wow.
But let's just call it $500. So here's a deal that, like I said, I was thinking that I was going to just break even on or lose a little bit. Now I got to keep the house. I got a mortgage on the house. My buyer puts $40,000 down, which I keep. I feel pretty good about it. I sell it to him on a land contract. So the land contract, the ownership or the deed doesn't actually transfer until I am paid off. So he is on a land contract, and the foreclosure process or the process of taking the house back is way quicker than that of like if you transfer the deed, because then you got to go through the foreclosure process, which is
Right.
roughly about 120 days. I can basically take this thing back in 60 days if he quits paying me. But like I said, so my loan amount is 280. His loan amount is 300. So when he pays me off down the road, let's just call it 5 years. The average homeowner lives in Phoenix or in the same house for 5 years. So he's going to pay me 20 grand in 5 years. But in the interim, with really having almost no money out of pocket, a couple grand for closing costs, I'm going to make $500 a month, and he can't call me and tell me the toilet's broken.
Yep.
So
that's big. That's big. If you've got rental properties, you know that does not stop. That literally is over and over and over again. And so, yeah, being the bank and not having to worry about that is huge.
Yeah, so that was just kind of like just a little share, and I wanted to go through, the process. Land contracts, if it's less than 10% down that you take down, you can foreclose or basically take the house back in in 30 days. If it's more than 10%, it's like 60 days. If it goes over like 50% down, it's like 180 days. But if you have 50% equity in it, no big deal. But
right.
That was just like a deal that I bought in June that should have gone bad. Ends up going to pay me. And if it goes for 30 years, he pays me $6 grand a year for 30 years. And
it's a good return right there.
But
that's awesome.
If anybody would say, hey, I could stick 25, let's say my closing costs are $2,500, $2,500 in a piggy bank, and over the next 5 years, it's going to pay you 50. You would do it, right?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. So yeah, so that's Chris's side. That's on the more complex side. So we on our side, we had a deal that was not fairly similar to that in a sense, but it was actually a land deal that was bought creatively. So my wife Sage's mom wanted to buy a lot in Dewey, Arizona. Sounds crazy, I know, but it's on like a creek. It's really beautiful land. So they were asking on this one, they were asking like 80,000. And they weren't moving it. They weren't able to move it. And so what we did is we basically structured it for her mom to come in, and she put down 10%. So she put down $8,000, loans on 72. And they were trying to amortize it over 10, but we amortized it over 30 year. And they did a 5-year balloon. And so, what did we do? We had the interest rate stay at 4.5 because I think they own the land outright. And so I think we got a 4.5 interest rate, which again, as same thing, in this market right now, that's very difficult to find. So basically what it did though is it locked her into this property, got it for her, and her payment on it is like, I don't remember exactly what it was, but we basically structured it to where she got the exact payment that she wanted. I think her payment's like $235 a month or something for what she's paying on it. It's something crazy low. So that was awesome.
You mean to punch it in the handy dandy calculator for you?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it might be like 430 or something. I don't know. It's on like 70. It's on like 70 grand at 30-year amortized at like 4.1% or something. But anyway,
I will tell you in 1 second. Hold on. I'm gonna put 4.125.
Cool.
Payment should be $348.
Yeah, exactly.
At a purchase price of $80,000, 10% down was $8,000 down. Loan amount $7. Yeah, that's perfect. 4.125. Your payment is $348.95.
Yeah, because she wanted to keep it around like under $350 or something. So we literally structured it to where it was going to be exactly right around what she wanted to pay. So she's paying $350 a month now, and she's got this land that's it's beautiful land in Dewey. And so what she's going to do is she's going to probably either build a small little house there, maybe buy one of those little tiny homes and bring it over there, or she's going to do like possibly like drop a mobile on there. So it'll be like a nice spot for her to get away in the in the summertime and stuff like that. But I mean, again, it's just one of those things where when you see property that's just been sitting for a while, if you want to get creative, you can make stuff happen. There's no doubt about it. So think about that. I mean, $350 a month to have this land. I mean, that's less than what most people's car payments are. Isn't
Yeah.
the average car payment like $550 or something like that?
Well,
So it's like,
car payment, interest payments on cars are touching 8 after that, because the car payments and short-term debt is based on the Fed rate, which has kept going up, right? And they have another meeting next week, and then just a little. Our long-term mortgage debt is based on the 10-year. So I don't know if you saw the 10-year in the first part of March. It went from like 3.5 all the way almost to 4.25. But then on Friday, the jobs numbers came back. There was more unemployment, and wage earners aren't earning as much as everybody expected them to be earning. So more unemployment says possible recession. People not making as much money in the past says, okay, inflation isn't going as fast as we think it is. So that brought the 10-year back down. Like in 2 days, it went from 4.25 back down to 3.5, which will put your mortgage rates back to that 5.5 point, which is good for us real estate investors if you're watching, because people seem to like that 5.5% rate.
Yeah.
When it was 6.5 and 7, when it was up at 4.25. I reached out to, a bunch of friends, and I'm like, how have apps been in the last 2 weeks in the first part of March? And they're like, it's crickets.
Yeah, right. No, for sure.
So
for sure. But so, I mean, yes, I mean, the cool thing is though, is that, being able to lock up a little deal like that, where now she can, she's going to be able to basically find exactly what she wants. In the sense of what she wants to put down on the land, and she'll have a nice little property on the land, and all she's got to do is she's just got to get the whole thing paid off within 5 years. So whether she refis sometime in the next 5 years, or if she's able to pay it off, because again, it's not some crazy value. So kind of cool.
So I was was going to ask you. I mean, obviously, when everything was going like this, if you could get your hands on a deal, you could sell a deal, right? I mean, you had lots of options. But honestly, right now, I kind of feel like, it's a little bit like gray area, but, like you said, we sold 35 deals in February.
Okay.
And obviously Jack's still doing well because he sold
4 in the last. Yeah, exactly.
But, it kind of, some of the numbers that are coming across our desk that we're buying stuff at is a lot better than we could get in the last 2 years, right? Everybody wanted top dollar.
Yep. No, there's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I think that's only going to continue. I think you're going to continue seeing more deals out there, and especially with, with more uncertainty, which obviously it sounds like there kind of is, it sounds like there is more uncertainty in the market again. It's definitely going to depend on what those interest rates do, but the more that you do, the more uncertainty there is, the less people you have buying. I mean, there was, we had a deal sent to us, and it was, this is just a perfect example of it, but someone had bought a house for $480,000. They just closed on it. And actually once the bank went under, that one, what is it? The
Silicon Valley Bank. Yeah.
Once that bank went under, this deal got blasted out. So obviously he got terrified, but I mean, he bought it at 480, literally whenever that was, a week or two ago. And then after this happened, he blasted this out, and obviously he closed on it and everything, but sent it out at like 470. So I mean, like, he's willing to lose probably 15 grand after closing costs and everything, just because he's like, you know what, I was going to flip this, and I don't want to flip this anymore. I'd rather cut my losses right now. I think that I bought this too high. There's too much uncertainty in the market. So guess what? I'm just going to go ahead and try to move on from this right now. So, I mean, it's like, the more you see stuff like that happen, I mean, in my opinion, that just means you're going to have more people scared, which means that, you're going to be able to have more deals out there.
Yeah. The, one of Jack's biggest clients that we sell a lot of houses for, didn't sell a house to Jack, and he actually listed it with my daughter.
Okay.
She listed it at 330. So I had to comp it. She's like, Dad, what should I list it at? He's asking my opinion. So she comes to me, right? Because she's a newer real estate agent. So I'm like, let me comp this thing out. So, as you're comping it, you pull up the monsoon, and I see it. What he closed at 103,000. She listed it at 330 and sold it over this weekend.
There
Like,
we go.
literally, the guy's going to make 200 grand, but
Damn.
but that's
Damn.
because there's uncertainty in the market, and that makes opportunity. And and all the stuff I was reading, about that bank collapsing. Obviously, the bank had a bunch of deposits and they bought bonds, and then as interest rates went up, when interest rates go up, bonds go down. So they had to sell the bonds when people started making a run on the bank to get people their cash. But if you're buying billions of dollars of bonds at 3 and you're selling them at 2, that's a bad deal, right?
Absolutely. No doubt about that.
But when I was watching it all, I was watching, they were saying who's the big winners, who's the big losers. People were buying the deposits from the people at SVP, millions and millions of dollars worth at 55 cents on the dollar.
Yeah.
So traders were out there buying the deposits from businesses, wealthy individuals, whatever, that didn't know what they were going to get. And, they started buying whatever Thursday or Friday at 55 cents on the dollar. And then good old Uncle Sam comes in on Sunday and they bought at 55 cents on the dollar, and the government's pay them in full. So there was a lot to read about that one, but that was like, man, those guys are smart.
Oh yeah. Well, Chris, what they need to know is that they just need to give it to you at 10%, and you'll lend it out at 12. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yes, we are still taking money at 10% if you want just a boring passive income.
Just a boring 10% on your money. Oh, yuck. Boring. Oh man.
But think about a guy that bought $10 million worth of someone at 55 cents. I mean, because he probably knows somebody that says, yeah, the government's going to step in and pay all these people in full. But yeah,
that's insane. That's pretty awesome though.
Yeah.
Is that not insider trading?
Probably is, but the good old boy system.
Yeah, exactly.
But after doing that first creative finance deal, I'm going to continue looking, and what I'm gonna actually be scrolling through my own inventory, looking for kind of that maybe slightly dated, not pretty, but just maybe needs a little paint and carpet house that we're wholesaling, because we're still probably wholesaling at 70 cents on the dollar.
I've got one in Tempe for you right now, Chris.
Oh, do you?
I have one in Tempe. No, listen to this. No HOA. It has a 2-car carport. I mean, we've got it right now. It's in Tempe. It's perfect. It's extremely clean. You could literally throw a tenant in it right now.
And what's the sale price?
We'll sell it to you for, I don't know, 900, 1,000.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. No, we're selling for 315.
Yeah, what it's the retail value?
420.
Okay, so yeah, that'd be a good deal. I can just grab that.
It's literally so clean that you could put someone in right now.
Yeah, so I can grab that.
Give me a break. You'll find someone to jump on that right away.
Yeah, do a refi, and I'll sell that at the penalty box buyer is going to pay retail, so I'll sell it at the 400 at 8%, and I'll go get a loan at 6%.
Did we just do a deal? Because you can get that right now. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it after this call, unless you want me to just just hang up on all 13 people watching.
Well, hey, let's as soon as we get off, we'll hop on, and then next week we'll be like, hey, guess what, everyone? Remember that deal we were talking about? Well, we just did another one.
Yeah, but I mean, I was kind of focused on the Airbnb stuff, right? Because you're getting the cheap money, and Airbnb was working really well. I think we were both doing a bunch of it, but if I could just keep adding these, and I'm making, just like you talked about, I'm making a 2-point spread on, I'm paying people 10 and I'm lending it at 12, right?
Yeah.
well, if I could just go grab 10 of these, say the average, mortgage amount's going to be like 300,000. That's 3 million. And
Yep.
then I sell it, at call it $100,000 more. I'm not only making the 2-point spread, but I'm also making, $1 million profit.
Right.
And let's just say it's over 5 years. So I make cash flow on, on the 2 points plus, really if I did 10 of those, it would, if you could do 10 of these right now, everybody talks about that financial freedom number. What is that financial freedom number?
Yep.
If you do 10 of these right now, and I bet you could be probably less than $100,000 probably in all 10, maybe 10,000 in each one. You could literally just be that whole, everybody like, you're just trying to get financial freedom. If you did 10 of them right now, you could do that whole financial freedom thing.
Yep. Absolutely. Get your number. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, this is why I'm having a hard time stepping away from Airbnb right now.
What?
See this calendar? This is the calendar on one Airbnb.
You're busy.
There's 2 nights available for this Airbnb for the whole month of March. 2 nights.
And that's up in Prescott?
This Airbnb is bringing in about 10 G's a month right now. So that's why I'm having a hard time stepping away from Airbnb.
Yeah. But my Airbnbs are Scottsdale, and I'm, so not that all my Airbnbs are all booked for the month of my two Airbnbs will gross over $50,000 this month.
Yeah, that's insane. That's so insane. Oh, I love it though. That's what.
But you got to keep building the cash flow, right? But this is working. Like you said, if I get this one from you for $315 and I don't have to do any rehab, that's no money out of pocket, right?
Literally.
And then
it's that clean, honestly.
Yeah, and then I sell it for $400 at 8%, and I go get a mortgage at probably, let's say it's 6.25. Maybe I sell it at 8.25. I make a full 2-point spread on it, and I'd require probably $40,000 down from that guy, and there you go.
And it's Tempe. I mean, the thing is too, with Tempe, like it's landlocked. There's nowhere for Tempe to grow besides up. You always have renters there. You always have tenants there nonstop because it's obviously right. This is over by ASU. This is off of Mill Ave and Southern, so it's over a mile and a half from ASU.
Yeah. Hey, let's go. Let's do our little handy dandy calculator. If anybody wants my handy dandy.
Do you want the address of this, Chris?
Yeah, we're just gonna use the numbers you gave me.
Okay.
My handy dandy calculator back up.
It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So we'll go purchase price. Let's go $315.
No, yeah, so $315. Let's just say I put. Let's just say I get a $300,000 loan.
Perfect.
Oops, did that wrong.
Oh yeah, 15 and then 30. Yeah, 300.
And I'm gonna get. Let's say I get a 6.25. Let's say our taxes are $1,500.
Yeah, probably a little higher in Tempe.
And say our insurance is $1,500. All right, so my payment is going to be without tax and insurance is going to be $1,847. And let's just say you said it's worth $400, right?
Yeah.
And let's just say I make them put 10% down, $40,000 down.
Perfect. Loan amount's on $360.
Loan amount is going to be $360.
Even if you keep it at 8%.
Let's just do 8.25. Interest rates have jumped up a little bit.
For sure. They're going to understand that.
But there you go. Let's just say tax and insurance stay the same. I'm making $900 a month times 12, right? So basically $10,000 a year, right? And then $10,000 a year for 5 years, so that's $50,000. And then when they pay me off, they have to I get $60,000, but remember, I only put at $15,000 down, right?
Yep.
So I collect 40,000 from them right now.
25 right up front.
So I get a $25,000 wholesale fee.
Mm-hmm.
Get $900 a month. I'm rounding, just everybody, just FYI. I'm rounding up, but $900 a month times 12, just call it 10 grand a year. 25 now, 10 grand a year for 5 years, and then I get 60,000. I mean, I really got to look at that deal with you.
Let's take a look. Heck yeah. I like it. Well, hey guys, next week when we hop on, we may have added another deal to it.
Yeah, that'll be 6 deals between the two of us in 1 week.
Well, that's only if you sell me that damn townhouse. But cool, I like it.
Well, that was creative finance, guys. If that last example, that don't be, your phone's probably ringing right now. Everybody's probably calling you right now.
hey, shoot me that deal. That's awesome. I like it. I see why Luke's on the phones. You're damn right. Selling deals over here. We're slanging. Heck yeah.
Well, thanks for jumping on. If anybody has any ideas of what they want us to talk about, we keep trying to come up with good ideas. But if not, everybody have a great St. Patrick's Day. I think the Chicago River is green, and the NCAA tournament starts. I think ASU's Wednesday, Grand Canyon's Friday. I didn't look at when U of A is playing this week, but March Madness is here.
Does it start Thursday, the tournament?
The play-in games are Wednesday night. ASU has a play-in game Wednesday night.
Okay, so that's Wednesday. So then I think the actual tournament starts Thursday.
Yeah, the 64 round starts on Thursday.
Woo! All right.
And those of you that are thinking Airbnb, remember that the NCAA Final Four is in Phoenix next year.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
Perfect. We just bought Airbnb in Chandler, so we're going to get that puppy rolling for it.
What's the best way for creative financing sub 2? Now, let's just roll back and say I got that deal from you sub 2. I'm going to do one more. Everybody's going to get tired of my screen shares. They're going to be like, Chris figured how to do the screen share. And he's now let's just say you were able to light deal up sub 2. You had it for 315. You got it for 315, and you were able to get him, and he had a 3% mortgage. Let's just say he had that 3% mortgage at $300,000, and you locked him up at $315, and you gave him $15,000 walking money, right? Just like, hey, here's stuff to pack, move, whatever. And then you wrapped his mortgage. What did I do wrong? Oh, I put 3. Interest rate is 3%. Now all of a sudden you are making $1,500 a month, round numbers. That means you are making $18,000 a year. Let's just say it lasts 5 years. You're going to make $90,000 plus. You're going to get $25,000 up front. So $25,000 up front, $90,000 over the next 5 years.
Yeah.
And you're still getting a $60,000 exit paycheck. So that is $150,000 over the next 5 years for creating a subject to deal. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me.
Yeah, it does. No doubt about that. I like it. Well, sounds good, guys. Appreciate you guys joining us.
Yeah, thanks for jumping on. If you have any suggestions, text us, let us know. We will be back.
Yes, sir. Next Tuesday.
See you later, guys. Appreciate it.
Later, Chris.
Later.